CBS and yesterday, I know your favorite outlet, Deadspin, they also wrote about it. But it was really interesting because what have we heard? What have we talked about here locally about this team's dysfunctions? That we're all saying this isn't Kyrie's fault. Like what's happened since then? It's not on Kyrie. Kyrie's not the problem that has broken this.
What I said at 5:30 when you were supposed to be here.
I listened. You can just call me point one over here.
Kyrie Irving appears the most sane.
He does.
Of everything that's happening here. Like that's an impossible statement to think of when the trade was made. Cuban has caused more drama. Kid has caused more drama that we know of. Luka has caused more drama. Tim Hardaway, through his father, has caused more drama. Christian Wood, I would think, because they still don't love him, except for last night at the very end, finally, has caused more drama. All these other 5 factors have caused more drama than what we've heard about Kyrie Irving.
And I think nationally, even a lot of people, like when you see the talk shows, there's been the discussion of, this isn't Kyrie's fault either. I think that's been pretty unanimous between local and national coverage. Yesterday was interesting because there were 2 articles that dropped about an hour apart, one on CBS, one on Deadspin, that basically placed the blame for this dysfunction at Kyrie Irving. And Bill Ryder at CBS had written, the headline was, unfortunately for Mavericks fans, the latest example of the Kyrie Irving effect is on full display in Dallas. Mm-hmm. And his argument is, he says, this is just the Kyrie Irving experience. This is what happens to teams. And it's not so much, hey, we've got evidence here, right? Like we see Kyrie said this and this is distracting. We see that. His argument is, take it from, this is just what we may not know, what may be going on behind the scenes, what maybe chemistry fits. This is the example of what happens when Kyrie Irving goes to teams. They have their issues. And he says it's been like this for a long time. You can always see that when Kyrie Irving walks in, teams become a mess.
6 years. It's basically there's one paragraph here to me, it just kind of sticks out. He embodies in a league that runs on basketball greatness, the uber talent. Wherever he goes, they lose. It's the loser that for almost 6 years, his teams and those organizations have learned too late that what feels alluring and desire from a distance becomes up close a slow-moving organizational disaster movie. And then they point out, they're 4-11 when they play together, going into last night's game. Before the season's trade, Brooklyn won 60% of the games in which he appeared. They won 67% when he did not play. Over the past 5 seasons, his teams were as good or better when he was not on the floor. Now, the Mavs are a little bit different. They win at a higher clip when he plays than when he doesn't, but they're bad either way, 37 and 33%.
The most damning line, I think, in here, like in terms of just the most poetic criticism here, Kyrie Irving is a mess for teams and a walking avatar of just how incredibly difficult it is to build an NBA winner because he should win. He just doesn't. And that's the thing is that, and look, you can make an argument probably and say, look, based off of what we know, we feel like Kyrie's not part of the problem. But the fact does remain that since he got back, since he was added to this mix, they're 9 and 16 now or whatever it was. They've clearly had trouble.
It doesn't add up.
No.
None of it adds up based upon what you hear about him and what we've seen. Like if I just write down the Kyrie experience, if someone had us on another radio station throughout the country has been like, what has Kyrie been? Like we just asked Grant Afseth, we would say, obviously special on the floor, unselfish, fun to watch, tries to keep people involved, doesn't cry and bitch to refs sorry, kids, my bad. Doesn't cry and whine to kids, to referees like Luka does. And everyone raves about him as a teammate. Everyone does. But at the end of the day, there always is an incomplete or a failure in the recent stops that he's been. So it's like, what is it? What is it? Because it doesn't add up. You have all the ingredients for a great meal, and then it ends up tasting crappy.
It's something in the back. All right? If you have all the ingredients for a great meal and it tastes like crap, it's something in the back. It's something in the kitchen. And this is something in the back here. It's something in the locker room, clubhouse. The players, maybe he just brings an aura of
They all seem to like him.
I know.
He's Mr. Kumbaya. It's Mr. Life is bigger than this. Like Jason Kidd sounds like Kyrie at the podium with No one's dying. It's all about, recovering and learning in life. It's all very zen.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember Jason Kidd, by the way, ever being this thin-skinned as a player? Because I don't.
I mean,
I don't really remember.
A majority. I mean, when he was here with the Mavs, he was a made guy. There wasn't much you were gonna say.
He was thin-skinned with
Yeah,
Carlisle.
Yes, he was. He was. And in 18 months,
I don't know whether it's thin skin or whether he was justified in hating.
Right. But, it took about 18 months for them to figure out together how to make it work. And look, there's got to be the players may love him, but have you ever had that guy or a girl that you really like, but you hate working with them? Don't say it. But you know what I mean? Like they're really cool, but you don't like working with them, or you don't like playing, in a sport with them. It may be it. Like they all like Kyrie, they all respect Kyrie, but something doesn't mesh with how they play together,
But just watching this team, you would think it's clear to the eye they would all dislike playing with Luka more than Kyrie.
Maybe they do.
Right? You would think.
Yeah, maybe they do. Maybe this is, but it doesn't make any sense. Why would Kyrie, a guy that talented, basically have 6 straight years of evidence where he makes teams worse? Like, what is the reasoning?
Well, the easy answer right now is he's on his best behavior. We all believe that, right? I think we all, I don't know, I guess it's worth asking. Do we all want him to re-sign, even though Chris Haynes says he is going to test free agency? Would we root for the Mavericks to give him the max 4-year deal? Yes or no? I'm going to say right now, yes.
No, I would probably prefer a sign and trade.
Sign it. And a lozenger.
Yeah, a lozenge. Yeah, that's what happened. No,
is it a lozenge or a lozenge?
Lozenge.
Which one is?
I've never heard lozenge.
I've heard lozenge. I didn't know which one it was.
I've never heard lozenger. Maryland.
What have you heard, JoJo?
I feel like I've heard both. I would probably lean towards lozenge, though.
Turn your mic off. Yeah.
Good job, Joey.
But look, I think even if you are an advocate of re-signing him, I still think we all have it in the back of our minds, it will end poorly.
Yes.
It will go south. So I would think right now is on his best behavior. The cynic in me says he made his Twitter account private so he doesn't respond to people. His agent is just begging him, just be cool. Be cool for a few more games or another month, because right now you are looking good. You're standing out. You are the good soldier. You're the Boy Scout. Luka's the problem. That is the perception that we all have recently here of the Mavericks in DFW.
Yep, that is.
It's really only the national media, like this Bill Ryder, who I don't even know if he's been in Texas in the last 3 months. It's only the national people trying to hang on to this narrative that Kyrie is still a cancer and a problem here. All of us in the city, Grant Absith and others,
Josh Smithis,
drinking absinthe, all think Kyrie has been a model citizen.
Yeah, the only thing that makes any sense is either there's something behind the scenes that we don't see and we'll never see, because he is so extremely talented, but a guy like that is that good of a team basketball player, should not effectively be making teams a little worse.
Right.
So there's something going on behind the scenes. Maybe it's is it a vibe, an aura, some juju? Who knows what's going on back there that just is uneasy. And I don't know. I really don't know what it is.